Take a look at this right here. You see that? Going right over the corded cleaner here. Doesn't get tangled at all. The Dolphin Skimmi is the only skimmer on the market right now that can do this, that can work in conjunction with a corded cleaner, a hose cleaner. Awesome. What is up, guys? Today we have this Dolphin automatic pool skimmer here. Yes, Dolphin, big name brand, has finally released their first ever automatic pool skimmer here. So before we get into this review, I want to mention I am not sponsored for this skimmer here. I paid out of pocket here. I will include features that I like and features that I don't like, if any. Also keep in mind, this is how the skimmer works in my pool back here. I have a variable speed pump. Depending on if you have a 1-speed pump, you might have to use this during different times of the day. Keep that in mind. Overall, I do hope this review helps. So this right here is Dolphin's first ever automatic pool skimmer. Yes. Why did they take so long to release their first ever pool skimmer here? Well, I gotta say, it's because they worked on it and they made it pretty awesome. Now, it's been about 2-3 years since the last few skimmers of different brands have been released, and so far these other name brands like this one right here, the Aper Surfer S1, or this one right here, the Beta SE Plus, these are really great pool skimmers here. They work really well in the pool. They're automatic and they're just amazing at what they do, keeping the pool surface clean. So how does the Dolphin Skimmi here perform in comparison to these two skimmers that have been around for quite a bit now? Well, I gotta say, Dolphin has an advantage here, but at the same time, there's also a disadvantage. Before I jump into this and tell you what makes this Dolphin Skimmi so great, I'm gonna tell you straight up what makes it not so great. Number one thing about this is the fact that it is extremely expensive for a pool skimmer. Yes, this one right here is double the price of these skimmers over here. The Aper Surfer S1, the Beta SE Plus over here is half the cost. This means that the Dolphin Skimmi here, for the amount you pay for the Dolphin Skimmi, you can get both of these for the same price. Yes. Now, why is this Dolphin Skimmi so expensive? Well, I gotta say, there are a ton of extra features to this skimmy here that I have not seen on any other skimmer on the market, and I've used a ton of skimmers. In addition to the number of features, you also get this right here. You see this? Dolphin. This is a Dolphin brand cleaner. This is a Maytronics brand cleaner, so you get the reputation, the brand name behind a cleaner like this. The reason why they took so long to release a skimmer is because they wanted to make sure that it was a great skimmer, and that's exactly what the Skimmi is, a really great skimmer. But again, it is very expensive. So is it worth that cost? Well, it depends. It depends on if you're willing to pay double the average market price right now for a really good pool skimmer like the Beta and the Aper. And it depends on if you need all these extra features. Now, the second disadvantage to the Dolphin Skimmi here, although it has a ton of really cool features, this skimmer here takes a number of steps forward, yes, but it takes one really big step backwards, yes. This Skimmi right here can only be charged with the power of the sun. There is no other charging option. There is no port anywhere that you can plug into the wall to charge it that way. So this means that when the sun comes down, when it's fall and winter season, when it's dark outside, and you need to run this, you want to run this, you can't, because there is no other charging option. The only way is to put this into the sun and lay it in the sun and let it charge itself. There is no second charging option, and that's unfortunate because people like me, I keep the pool open all year long, and sometimes I want to use this when it's darker outside. I want to run this, but there's no way to charge this in addition to the sun. If you close your pool for the season anyways, doesn't really matter. It works perfectly fine just as a seasonal cleaner during the swim season. It'll work amazing when the sun is out. But if you're like me and you would like that second charging option, a ton of cleaners, bigger name brands, even the off brands have a second charging option. And for the price of this Skimmi here, I would expect it to at least have that. And that's a major disadvantage there. So if you can get over the fact that this is an expensive cleaner, you can understand that there are a ton of features, but you can also get over the fact that it does not have a second charging option. Aside from that, it is a really amazing cleaner, a really amazing automatic pool surface skimmer. So what kind of extra features are included? What makes this Dolphin Skimmi different than the rest? And is it worth the price? Let's talk about it here. First off, the Dolphin Skimmi right here has a different design than I'm used to over here. It's kind of got this surfboard design too. You see that right there? It floats in the pool like a paddle, like a board in the pool. And at first, it kind of looks weird, but it grows on you. It looks pretty cool. Right at the top over here, you have this huge solar panel here to absorb all that sunlight. Remember, this is an automatic pool skimmer, so it works off of the power of the sun. When the sun is blazing, when sunlight's hitting this panel right here, it is absorbing that sunlight and it's charging the battery. Yes, this skimmer in particular works a little bit differently than other skimmers on the market. Some skimmers, some other brands will do the same thing, but this skimmer, what it does is when it's on and in the pool and the sun is actually on top of it, it will use just sun power to run it in the pool. It will not switch over to the battery unless there is no more sunlight to charge it, to move it along the pool. Once there's no more sun, what it does is it uses the battery and it runs just off the battery power until it turns on the next day when it gets enough sunlight to turn itself on. A lot of skimmers on the market will run the battery off and on throughout the day, even when there's sunlight right on top of it. This will use sunlight to power it and then switch over to battery, so it lasts longer. Now, physically here, this skimmer here is very lightweight. This only comes in at about 9 pounds here, so it is one of the lightest skimmers on the market. You get points for that, easier to take in and out of the pool. One thing I don't like about this is this handle right here. You see this right here? This is the handle right here. A lot of skimmers, actually every other skimmer on the market, has a handle that is separate on one side or the other that you pull outwards. Makes it easy to pull it out. This one, you actually have to stick your hand in and grip it and pull it out. And every time you do this, a few things happen. One, this is inside the pool under the water. So when you stick your hand inside, you're touching all that debris that's inside of right here. This is the debris basket at the bottom, and your hand will sometimes touch that water, whatever is inside. Bugs, leaves, twigs, baby alligators maybe might be inside. We don't know. So you will get your hand wet when you're pulling this out of the pool. Also, in direct sun, you see how close the solar panel is to this right here? If you touch that, it is hot. So you might actually kind of burn yourself a little bit. It's not that bad. For me, I can touch this and it's not too hot. But for other people that are more sensitive to heat, this may be a little too hot. So when you're grabbing this, it does get quite hot. You see my thumb right here? Most people will grab a handle with their finger outwards, just like I do right here. And I'm touching it and it's hot right now. So keep that in mind. I wish there was a better design for the handle here, but it attributes to its design here. Now, on this skimmer itself, there is no extended bumper. All around here is the bumper in itself. You see this? If I spin around this kind of turquoise teal color right here, that is its bumper. It's like a rubber material, and it's designed like this all around it because when this moves in the pool, it will hit the walls of your pool. Yes, it is designed to hit the walls of the pool. It's also designed to move around the pool as well. There is no preset pattern to this. It is a random pattern when it moves along the pool. It will sense objects in the pool and turn around and move around it, but at the same time, it will also hit the walls. Now, it hit the walls for a reason. When it hits the wall, it actually has this extra feature, a really cool extra feature. One of those extra features that I was talking about that makes it so cool. It has what they call waterline cleaning and debris washing. Yes, what that does is basically when this is coming up to a wall and it hits the wall, what it does is it keeps hitting the wall. Now, it's not stuck or anything like that, but what it does when it hits is that it spins this paddle right over here. And when this spins this paddle right here, water will shoot out of it, will shoot towards the wall. And the debris that's on the wall, on the water line, will become loose and get suctioned into this, goes inwards into the debris basket. That's pretty awesome. It cleans the water line at the same time as it's floating around the pool. A totally extra feature. Do you really need waterline cleaning? No, not necessarily, but it is cool. This is beneficial for people that have robotic pool cleaners that don't scrub the waterline. This is beneficial for people that manually scrub the waterline. This will help in cleaning the waterline. Awesome. Now, on the front of this right here, I want to point these out here. This up here, this down here, both sides here, these are its sensors here. It uses a ton of sensors right here at the top surface and below the surface of the water. This is below the surface of the water. And what it does here is it detects objects. This skimmer, hands down, the best feature about this skimmer right here is the fact that it has what they call smart detect. With those sensors right there, it's able to detect the top surface debris and the bottom debris, and it can distinguish cords, cables, and hoses in your pool. Yes, take a look right over here. You see this cleaner right here? You see how there's this huge cable right over here? This can go in your pool. If you take a look at this cleaner right here, you see this hose right here? Yes, this can go in your pool and be used at the same time with the skimmer, in conjunction with the skimmer in the pool at the same time. No other skimmer on the market right now. You can use both a corded cleaner of some sort, whether it have a cable or a hose, with a automatic pool skimmer. There is no other skimmer aside from this one right here. This one is able to detect those hoses, those cables in the pool, and work around it. It'll either move around it or go right over it and be fine. It won't get stuck in the pool. And that is its #1 feature. You can use this with corded cleaners of any sort. People have been reluctant to purchase automatic pool skimmers because they want to keep their corded cleaners. I get it, I understand. I use corded cleaners during different times of the year. When I get a ton of debris, when I need constant power to turn the cleaner on, I prefer a corded cleaner over a cordless cleaner. And in the past, I couldn't use an automatic pool skimmer in conjunction with it. You just can't do it because they get tangled up in the cord in the hose. But with this skimmy right here, this Dolphin Skimmi right here, you can, and that changes the game. You no longer have to wait to buy a cordless cleaner and use it with this automatic pool skimmer. You can use any corded, any hose cleaner with this skimmy here, and that is its best feature hands down. Now this Dolphin Skimmi here works really well out of the box. You can use this as a simple plug and play type of skimmer here, where all you have to do is turn it on, put it in the pool and let it clean, and that's it. You do not have to use the online app that it comes with, that you can download and use. You will have Bluetooth, you will have Wi-Fi that you have to connect and use this if you want to use the online app, but I'm here to tell you that you don't have to use it. When you take this out of the box, I want to show you this here. You see this right here? This is the basket, the debris basket here. Let me actually pull this out a little right here and to show you a few things. First off, it's a pretty big debris basket right here. Pretty cool. On the back right here, you see this little piece right here? This flap right here works wonders. What this does is it keeps debris from exiting out of the basket. Yes, a lot of skimmers on the market will release debris when it's paused or stopped in the pool. It'll float forward, but because of this flap right here, it keeps it inside. Awesome. Out of the box when you get it, it comes installed with these two little orange clips right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off here and show you. Here, easy to take on, just like that, and to take off, just like that. It's really simple to put them back on and to take them off. And you don't want to throw these away, you want to keep this. And these are used to help you basically keep your cleaner on and off. When you get this out of the box, if you take these clips off right here, all you have to do to turn it on, you see that inside? You just line the basket up right over here. When you push this in all the way inside, it's not inside all the way here yet, but when I push this all the way in, guess what happens? You hear that? It beeps. The lights right here are flashing right over here. You can see that it is turning on right now. The moment I pull this out, it stops. That is your auto on and off feature. Out of the box, if you take these little clips off and you push it in, that's all you have to do to turn it on. That's all you have to do. You want to keep these clips so that you can put them right back on in case you are storing this for a long period of time and you want it to be in the off position. You don't want them to turn on automatically because when you push this all the way in, take a look right here, it doesn't go all the way in. The clips stop it from being pushed all the way in so it doesn't turn on to store it away when it's out of season. So remember to keep these little orange clips for storage here. Now, that online app is actually pretty cool. And I gotta be honest with you here. If you wanna use a simple plug and play cleaner, the Dolphin Skimmi here for the price is not the way to go. Go pick up something like this Aper Surfer right here. Go pick up the Beta over here. These are cheaper and they work perfectly fine as plug and play type of cleaners. Go pick those up instead if you don't plan on using the app. Okay guys, so this is the My Dolphin Skimmi app. Super easy, just download it there. Go ahead and go inside here and you connect it to Bluetooth and you hook it up to your skimmer right there. Mine is already hooked up. It was super easy to set up. You just kind of push the tray in and spin the wheel and use the app and it connects really simple. On the top right corner, you have your battery percentage. To the left of that, you have your Wi-Fi indicator. To the left of that with a W, that stands for your wattage, how much of a charge it's currently accepting. So that's neat. Right now, it's not in the sun, so it's not taking a charge. And to the left of that, you have your temperature, basically the temperature of the pool. So this is very informative here. Now at the bottom here you have the start clean button. You can hear it turn on right there, and it'll basically run for about 10 minutes here. That's what I have it set on eco mode here, but let's go ahead and stop that. Super simple. To the right in the center, it says manual drive, and this lets you control the skimmer like an RC car in the pool. Forward, backwards, left, right, whatever direction. When you go forward, you can actually hit the cruise control button, and it lets it go forward by itself. I'll turn it off. And then you have the clean wall button right here that focuses on cleaning the wall with that waterline cleaning mode and a debris splashing. Let's go ahead and turn that off. So that's neat. Let's go back. Over here on the right where it says settings, click on that, and you can see right there's a little red dot to tell me that there is a firmware update. So it does support over-the-air updates, which is really neat. Now let's go ahead and go to the top here and show you all these different settings you can change right here. This is really cool. Auto start will turn on and on automatically. The speed mode, there's different speeds here you can change, so that's also neat. The water edge cleaning with that waterline cleaning, you can pretty much tell it to clean more often or just focus entirely on the waterline by itself. I'm going to keep it on eco mode there and go back here. There's the water clarity. You want to make sure you set it to how clear your water is in the pool. You have a night light, which is totally useless, but it is cool to see. I'll leave it on still over here. And then you have your debris washing, which will splash water in conjunction with that water edge cleaning over here. You have that really cool smart detect feature, best feature in my opinion, to avoid the hoses and cables in the pool. So you can use corded cables, you can use pressure suction side cleaners in the pool at the same time as this Dolphin Skimmi here. Now at the bottom of this, it says leaf search, and this focuses on just finding big leaf debris in the pool. So that's another cool option you can use. I'm going to keep it on the void hose and cable. Now every now and then, you see that it did back out, so it will disconnect every now and then, but you see that it goes right back inside. So that's normal for a Bluetooth Wi-Fi connection right there. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the settings here. Now over here, distance to edge, you can tell how close the cleaner will get to the edge of your pool. Really useful if you have a pool that's kind of like an infinity pool where you don't have an edge. You can get it to stay away from that so it doesn't go over the edge, so that's neat. And in conjunction with that, you have something called pool type, where you have a pool and a natural. Pool is just like any in-ground, above-ground pool. Great. Natural is if you have a pond of some sort where you have plants or other objects you don't want the skimmer to get attached to, you can set it to natural and it won't go to the edge of the pool or the edge of the pond. So I'm gonna keep mine on pool right there. So that's a really neat feature. Smart solar recharge is on because obviously we want it to go to the brightest, the most sun parts of the pool to charge its battery faster. And then you have your wheels unblock. If anything gets jammed in there, it will basically force it. You can force it to spin and get it loose, or leave it on auto. I'll leave mine on auto there so that it keeps cleaning. And then you have your alert sound. It'll beep sounds depending on if something's going wrong with it there. And here we go again. It's basically searching for the device again. It's a Bluetooth Wi-Fi connection here. This is a downside to this, but it also works well when it works well. So I'm gonna go back inside here. I'm actually glad that it's showing that there. But let's go back down here. Now you have your cleaning schedules here. This works with day and night. You can see that right there. You can set it to as long as you want to run in cycles, all the way up to 2 hours, a minimum of 10 minutes there. So it's up to you what you want to set it to run. And in between that, you set your pausing time, how long you want it to stop before it starts again. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, wherever it is. So you can set that as well. Now, in night cleaning, same thing. In night, you want to actually turn it down because obviously there's no sun charging it here. So you can turn it down to basically run a minimum of 10 minutes, but you can still get it to run 2 hours in the night if you want as well. But in general, if you keep it at a lower amount, it'll keep the battery up higher because it's not charging at night. So keep that in mind. Same with the night pause, how long in between it will pause before it turns on again. And then you have your start delay here. You can turn this on to save battery before it turns off and turns on the next day. It does help in keeping the battery more charged so that it will turn on quicker. So that's neat. And aside from that, that's pretty much it. Super simple, easy to use app. The major benefit you get with this Skimmi here is the fact that it does have that app and you get access to a ton of features, a ton of cleaning modes, and a ton of schedules. Yes, schedules in particular make this stand out from the rest of the cleaners I've ever used. Again, I've used a ton of skimmers on the market, and the Dolphin Skimmi here is the first ever cleaner with an online app that you could change the schedule, the cleaning times for this cleaner. You can schedule this cleaner for daytime cleaning. You can schedule it for nighttime cleaning. You can schedule it to clean certain times while it's on for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, up to 2 hours. And then you can pause it to turn off for another 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, or whatever it is, and then turn back on and off throughout the day and also throughout the night. First skimmer to allow you to be able to change the cleaning times. And this does a number of things. One, it saves your battery. It'll make sure that a cleaner like this will be able to charge itself throughout the day and run the next day. Basically, I've left this in the pool for a week at a time and I haven't had to charge it once, and it's just been moving throughout the pool. Only time I've ever taken it out is to empty it out. Works awesome that way. Now, in addition, because you have all that control to control the cleaning modes on and off, if you have a 1-speed pump, if you have to time it so that your skimmer is being used when your pump is off, you no longer have to go to your pump and to set the pump that way. You just pretty much change the settings on your app, and you can turn this on at the same time as when your pump's off so that you get more coverage, more free motion when it's moving along the pool. That's another benefit of having a schedule. Also, because of that schedule, what you can do is when it's evening time, when the sun is out, you can turn this down. You can make it slower. You can turn it off completely and not have it run through the night for no reason. You can just have it set to turn back on later on, and that's really awesome. Having the ability to change the schedule, the cleaning modes, the on and off time really does give you a lot more control, and it really does make it worth the cost. Now, in terms of surface skimmers here, there is two different types of systems. There is a propeller system that spins underneath the water to move the skimmer along the pool. There's also a paddle system here that stays on top of the water and spins and flaps along the water. The Dolphin Skimmi here uses a paddle system. You see this right here? There's a paddle on this side right here, and on the other side right here, you've got another one right over here, and in the center right here, you've got a bigger one right over here as well, a 3-paddle system. And this helps it move along the pool, and it moves quite quickly in the pool, I might say. And it also keeps debris from floating back outside. So it's awesome in that sense. Now, some other features include the fact that there are multiple speeds to this skimmer here. Yes, there is fast, slow, and automatic. In slow mode, it'll move slower in the pool. It'll make less noise with the paddles in the pool, so that's nice. In fast, it'll move faster in the pool, but it will be slightly more louder. It's not incredibly loud, but it will make a noticeable noise. And on automatic mode, what it does is it moves fast during the day and it moves slow during the night, which is perfect. It'll make less noise at night. So depending on what speed you want, it'll act a little differently. Now, another kind of neat little feature about the Skimmi here is that when this turns on here, it'll actually light up in the pool like a little night light. Cool to see. Is it necessary? No, it's just cool to see, but it's still an extra feature. Another feature about this Skimmi here that works in conjunction with the actual sensors here is the fact that it works in cloudy, milky, green, murky water as well. And you can change the setting on the app to tell it what kind of water you have. If you have clear water in the pool, just keep it on clear. If you have a little murky water, if it's a little dirty in there, you can switch it and the sensors will be able to basically see a more clear image and be able to move around the pool better. So that's a nice little feature. In addition to being able to solar recharge, charge with the power of the sun, it does it in a very smart way. They call it smart solar recharge, where depending on the time of the day, as you can see, I have trees back here. And when the sun comes down, it'll hit the tree and I'll get shaded parts of the pool. This Dolphin Skimmi will automatically detect when it's in the off position. It'll move to a more sunnier part of the pool to accept the charge. So if you have a lot of trees shading certain parts of your pool, it'll move along the pool into the most sunny part of your pool and park itself there, turns off, and charges over there as opposed to in the shade. So it's smarter that way. Awesome. Now remember, this Skimmi right here doesn't have a navigation system. It moves in a random pattern. There is no preset path. Whenever this kind of gets stuck, the paddles here in the front, on the side here, whenever it gets stuck on something, it has something called wheel unblock, where if it senses that there is a weird shaped debris somewhere stuck in between the paddle, say right over here, it'll make a loud noise. It has alerts that'll tell you that something is up with it, and it will automatically try to knock it loose. So that's really cool. It has an automatic kind of debris removal system that clogs it up. So if you hear it kind of squeaking, squealing in the pool, which I'll show you in a little bit, it's normal. It's to get debris that's stuck in one of its kind of paddles out. So that's really cool. So I talked a lot about this Dolphin Skimmi here and what makes it so great. Let's go ahead and put this into the pool back here, and I'll show you how well it works with corded cleaners, with a hose type of cleaner. I'll show you how well that works. All right, guys, let's go ahead and place the Dolphin Skimmi into the pool. I'll pull that basket out here. Remember, those clips right there will keep it from turning on. I'm going to take those off right there. Both those clips, put them in my pocket right over here. Now, I'll just go ahead and push this in, and it should turn on automatically. You hear that? It beeps. If you take a look right down here, you can see that the lights are on. It means it is ready to go. So let's go ahead and place this inside. And there it goes. Now, right off the bat, I can tell you, you can see I have a pressure side cleaner in the pool with a hose right there. And you can see it work alongside that. It won't get stuck on the hose here. One thing I do want to point out about this is that it uses that paddle system, so you can hear it. It does make a noise in the pool. It's not overwhelmingly loud, but it does make a sound. If you can hear it right here, when it gets closer to me here. You hear that? It's not bad, but again, there's two speeds to this. You can turn it down on slow mode if you don't want a loud noise, but this in general isn't that loud at all. You can really see it moving along and picking up all that debris on the surface of the pool. You can see on the top of it there, all that debris inside. And look at it. It's about to hit my hose right here. Kind of hits my hose right there, but it gets out of it really quickly. Sometimes it'll take a little while longer to get out of it, but in this case, it just kind of brushed it aside. But you'll be able to see it move along the hose in the pool. In terms of speed, it really does move faster than other skimmers, which I love. Makes it feel like it's doing a better job in a sense. Look at it, just capture all that debris right there. Awesome. Now, take a look at it right here. You can see it's against the wall. Right over here, if you can kind of zoom in right there, you can see that splashing water at the edge right there. And that's to knock debris loose from the water line to basically be pulled inwards. And that's what it does when it hits the wall. It's designed to actually hit the wall and to clean the water line. And there it goes again along my hose right there. The pressure side cleaner, you can see it right there. Look at that. It's going over the hose. Did you see that? It went over the hose. Remember, there are top and bottom sensors to the Skimmi here. It's able to sometimes go over it, sometimes back around it. In this case, it went right over that hose with no issues. Did not get stuck. And now it's on this side of the pool. Pretty awesome. Now, if you take a look right here, I have a pressure side cleaner. Look at the hose. It goes over the hose right there. And it's pretty much trapped in the hose right here. But take a look at how it gets out of it here. Other skimmers on the market will get stuck. But take a look at this here. It should be able to get out of this hose, this little entrapment over here. You can see at the same time, I have that pressure side cleaner moving in the pool. So both of these are on at the same time. Look at it. It's getting around it really easily. Sometimes it'll go over the hose. Sometimes it'll go around the hose. In this case, it got out of the hose itself. Now, I do want to point out, remember, there is no preset pattern to this skimmer here. There are a lot of times when it'll spin in a circle, and in my mind, I think it's doing that on purpose, because if you have debris in a certain section, it kind of spins in a circle and captures that debris. But eventually it'll start to move in another direction. Remember, there is no pattern. Now, you see that? It's starting to move in a different direction here. So that's pretty neat. You see that debris that was in the surface in the center? It kind of captured it. And this part of my pool, my tanning ledge is more shallow. It's about to hit my edge right here. It hits the wall. And if you see right here, you see that water down there? It's flying upwards. This is the water line over here, so it's knocking debris from the wall down into it, so it suctions that debris inwards. That waterline cleaning here, that debris splashing that it does, that system, that's pretty cool. Again, take a look at the skimmy here. It's going over my hose right there. It kind of hits it, but it goes over it. Doesn't get stuck. It's working in conjunction with a hose cleaner. All right, guys, so take a look right here. I have set it to perimeter cleaning right here. And take a look. It goes right to the water line right here. And this is how it cleans the water line in perimeter cleaning mode. Now here's another look of that perimeter cleaning at this angle here. It'll move all the way down this wall right here. Totally awesome. Really cool setting. Really cool mode to use just to focus on the perimeter, the edge of the pool, which in most cases, all these other skimmers struggle because they tend to turn away from the pool. So this really does pick up debris on the edge of the pool really well. Now you can actually see the skimmy at the edge of my pool right here on the corner right here. Let's watch it move over, see what it does here. You can really hear that water line cleaning, that water splashing right there. Now it backs up. And you can kind of see it turning right now. Now, did you hear that? A very loud noise. And this is when it's in a tight corner and it's kind of stuck. Did you see that? But it got itself out of that corner, which I'm more impressed with. You can see it turning now. Remember, it was moving along this edge, and now it's moving along this edge of the pool right here. So that's how it moves when it moves in transition. Now, did you guys hear that? That is the sound alert again, and basically that will set off when there is some debris stuck in the wheels. But remember, it has that wheels unblock feature, and it'll automatically get rid of the debris that's stuck in the paddles. This is pretty awesome. Alright guys, so I have the skimmy paused right now. I want to show you manual drive here to remote control this here. So I'm going to go ahead and push it backwards. And take a look at that. It goes really quick. There is no lag. There is no delay here. So that's really nice. There's very little latency over here. Now, let me go ahead and show you. I'll go forwards here, cruise control, and it'll just keep going forwards. I'm going to turn it to the left over here. Let it go forward over here. I'm going to turn it to the right over here. Look at that. It's just really cool and easy to use. Now I'm going to push backwards over here to have it go backwards. And then turn it to the right. Remember, it's like flight controls over here. Go back forwards. Just a really cool feature if you want to spot target certain areas of your pool to clean. So that's really nice. So here is another example of the sound alerts here. Listen. Alright guys, so I muted it there just so that you don't have to listen to that wailing noise. Alright guys, so take a look right here. On the app, it says removing stuck debris. Remember, I have it on auto here. It made that loud squeaking noise because it had something stuck. It got rid of it, now it's taking off again. It has an automatic removal system for debris, so that's really neat. Alright guys, so I have swapped cleaners out. You can see right here, I have a corded cleaner in the pool. You can see all this cable right here in the pool right here. And it's running right now. Over here, you have the Dolphin Skimmi moving around. And now we'll watch them interact with each other here. It won't get caught up, and it'll be able to use in conjunction with each other. That's what makes the Dolphin Skimmi so great. Makes it different from the rest. The ability to use corded cable hose cleaners in the pool at the same time. Okay guys, so take a look right over here. I have the Dolphin Skimmi over here. You see that cable right there? The Skimmi senses it and then get around it. Okay guys, so take a look right over here. I have the Dolphin Skimmi in the pool. My corded cleaner is going right into it. And look at how the Skimmi acts in conjunction with the actual cord in the pool. It does not get tangled up, does not get caught up inside. It will actually adjust itself to get out of this cord here. Take a look at this right here. You see that? Going right over the corded cleaner here. Doesn't get tangled at all. The Dolphin Skimmi is the only skimmer on the market right now that can do this, that can work in conjunction with a corded cleaner, a hose cleaner. Awesome. All right, guys, since this is here, let me go ahead and show you this right here. I'm going to keep this in the water right here, and I want to point something out. If you take a look right down here, debris isn't coming forward. I'm going to try to tilt it forward here, scoot debris out. And debris doesn't come out of that opening there. And that's because, remember earlier, on the top of this flap here, there is a latch here that keeps debris from floating out, and it stays above the water. So debris inside does not come out. And you hear that? When it makes a noise like that, it means something is stuck. And that's because I was messing with it. That's why it makes that noise. Now, if you take a look right over here, it hit the wall. You can hear it kick up. And that's the water down here at the bottom. You see that water floating up, hitting the wall, doing that waterline cleaning right there. It will make more of a noise when it's splashing water and doing that waterline cleaning. Alright guys, so take a look right here. I have the Dolphin Skimmi in the pool and a corded cleaner with cables in the pool here. Let's see how it goes over this cable, if it gets stuck or anything like that. Just take a look here. You can kind of see that it's hitting it right now. It doesn't get stuck. And look at that. It's kind of spinning out of the way here to get out of the way. So that's pretty awesome. Does not get stuck over the actual cord here. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and take this out of the pool here. Again, I don't like this handle here. I can feel my hand wet right now reaching into the basket here. It's very lightweight. That's a benefit right over here. Let's go ahead and place this down right here. And let's take a look at the debris basket over here. I'm going to pull this out just like this. And take a look at that debris right here. Look at the different sizes of debris here. Small, medium, large size debris in here. You can see the smaller debris in the back over here as well. So it picks up different sizes of debris here. Big debris, small debris, all sorts of sizes here. Awesome. So you guys can see that the Dolphin Skimmi here works amazingly well in the pool. If you're in the market for an automatic pool skimmer, if you have a corded cleaner, if you have a cleaner with a cable in the pool, if you have a hose cleaner, a suction side or pressure side cleaner, this is the only one that I know of on the market right now that you can use in conjunction at the same time with these cleaners here. This is an awesome automatic pool skimmer. You will not have a second charging option, but if you use this during the swim season, works perfectly fine, works amazingly well. Definitely a pool skimmer here I recommend.
We hope this review helps.